1.
Oh yeah, can you clear Shihan's?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Wait, let me see if Loki didn't use this as replacement.
What's going on?
I'm testing to see if Loki didn't use one of these as a replacement from last game.
Oh, that'd be very bad.
No, he didn't. Alright. Toss up 1. A mural wall designed by Lewis Nelson is part of a structure named for these people that also includes a wall listing member states of the United Nations. A group of 3 people of multiple ethnicities is part of a structure named for people with this status that was criticized as a gash of shame. 2 walls made of black granite are part of a structure named for these people designed... Emily?
Like, veterans?
For 10. Your bonus. Groggers are used to drown out this man's name on a holiday. For 10 points each, name this figure who demanded all the king's servants bow to him and convinced King Ahasuerus to execute all Persia's Jews.
Is
this from the Bible?
Answer?
I don't know.
Time. The answer is Haman.
Might be.
The foiling of Haman's plot is celebrated on this Jewish holiday, whose celebration was first recounted in the Book of Esther. Groggers are used on this holiday.
It's the one that starts with like.
Does it start with an S?
Starts with S, yeah.
Sukkot? Sukkot?
Sorry?
Answer?
Sukkot?
Oh, that may be it.
Sukkot?
Purim. The Book of Esther is the only book to not contain a reference to this figure who created the world at the start of Genesis.
God?
For 10. Toss up 2. Another from this country described a retired judge adopting a supposed reincarnation of his friend in the decay of the angel. Shion?
Japan.
15.
So,
Fuzz.
This leader's government orchestrated the bombing of Pan Am Flight 103. For 10 points each, named his former brotherly leader of Libya, denounced by Ronald Reagan as the mad dog of the Middle East for his financing of international terrorism. The U.S. attempted to assassinate Gaddafi in 1986 in retaliation for Libyan involvement in a discotheque bombing in this city in which Carlos the Jackal bombed a French consulate.
Berlin.
Gaddafi sheltered Carlos after he led a raid on the headquarters of this organization in Vienna. This organization's Arab member states had previously led an anti-U.S. embargo after the Yom Kippur War.
It's OPEC, I think. Because OPEC is headquartered in Austria, I'm pretty
go
sure.
ahead.
All 30.
Nice.
Toss up 3. This battle occurred in the Saronic Gulf on the same day as the Battle of Himera. One commander in this battle remarked, "My men have become women, and my women men," after Queen Artemisia sank a friendly ship fleeing this battle. Athens was evacuated before this battle, which occurred after Greek defeats at Artemisium in Thermopylae.
Bars?
Joshua?
Salamis?
For 10.
Nice.
The world can agree on one electronegativity scale. For 10 points each, the most common electronegativity scale used today is the scale named for an American chemist. The scale, developed using valence bond theory, is maximized out of 4.0 for fluorine.
Pauling scale?
The Mulliken scale performs this operation on an atom's electron affinity and its ionization energy. Performing this operation on an element's data and mass spectrometry yields its weight.
Subtraction, I think. Subtraction, correct?
Average. The Alid-Rothschild scale determines electronegativity using the effective nuclear charge experienced by valence electrons. Effective nuclear charge can be calculated using this physicist's namesake rules, which utilize a screening constant denoted S.
Oh my god.
Namesake rules.
This is Simon.
Answer?
Sievert, I don't know.
Slater. Toss up 4.
God,
Aventuring is a type of this material with mica intrusions. The Pierre oscillator uses crystals of this material as a filter.
Quartz?
15.
Nice, that's you're actually eating.
This forward phrase titles a poem that asks what's the point of senators making laws now, and claims to tell people are bored by rhetoric and public speaking. For 10 points each, give the shared title of a poem by Konstantin Cavafy in a Jam Coetzee novel about an unnamed magistrate in the Empire who was tortured by a Korda after attempting to stop the cruelty of Colonel Jol.
Waiting for the barbarians.
Coetzee is an author from this country where he and other authors such as Alan Patton have criticized its policy of apartheid.
South Africa.
Patton explored the pre-apartheid society in this novel about Stephen Kumalo and his journey to Johannesburg to attend the murder trial of his son Absalom.
By the beloved country.
Nice.
All 30. This character denies the request to hold the baby May Day and is asked if he is bleeding from his armpits by a punk mentor. The line "Rest in Power" is shown under a mural of this character's father before another version of this character is revealed to be the Prowler. This character, who is... Ray?
Like, Miles Morales.
15.
Let's go!
Good buzz.
Answer the following
I
about
think
leaders
I
at the 1880 Republican National Convention. For 10 points each, this former president was defeated at the convention while attempting to run for a third term. During his presidency, this Civil War general was embroiled in the whiskey ring scandal.
Ulysses S. Grant. Sorry.
Yeah, Grant.
This faction of the Republican Party supported Grant and championed the spoils system. Charles Guiteau was a self-proclaimed member of this faction which opposed the half-breeds.
Radical Republicans?
Yeah, I think it's Radical Republicans, but I'm not sure. Let me think. Probably I can't think of any other Republican factions right now.
Answer?
Radical Republicans, sorry.
Stalwarts. A senator from this family known as the Ohio Icicle conceded to James Garfield on the 35th ballot. That man later wrote a namesake act which would be used to disband Standard Oil.
Sherman, directed.
Yeah.
For 20. Toss-up
Nice.
6. The CKM matrix describes the mixing of these particles. The Gell-Mann matrices can... Joshua?
CK Matrix is quarks?
15.
No, wow, you're like actually insane right now.
The Grand Valira is the largest river in this city, which is co-ruled by the Bishop of Urgell and the President of France. For 10 points each, name this microstate between France and Spain. This principality's eponymous capital is the highest elevated capital city in Europe.
Andorra. Correct.
Nice.
Andorra lies on this mountain range. Anito is the highest peak on this mountain range, which contains Roland's breach.
Pyrenees? Yeah, Pyrenees, correct.
This Romance language is the official language of Andorra. This language is also spoken in the historical French region of Roussillon and the autonomous community of Valencia.
Occitan?
Okay, sure.
Catalan.
Correct.
Catalan. Toss-up 7. This monarch arrested Robert de Verrou after his failure to end Tyrone's rebellion. This monarch suppressed the pro-Catholic rising of the north. The Ridolfi and Babington plots against this monarch were expelled by... Zoe?
Elizabeth the First.
15. Bonus. The existence of a negative form of this concept was questioned by sociologist Janelle Wilson, who defined this phenomenon as involving lying, presence, and loss. For 10 points each, name this phenomenon, which Wilson claimed could be triggered by a negative stimulus in a book describing its sanctuary of meaning. The Trabant and Vita Cola are symbols of a form of this phenomenon named after East Germany.
East Germany?
Phenomenon?
Maybe like lost memory or trauma. I hear an echo.
Me too.
Answer?
Trauma.
Nostalgia. Wilson cited the fond memories of people who lived during this era to show how a longing for a community is reflected in nostalgia. Black Tuesday marked the start of this 1930s economic crisis.
Great Depression.
This other phenomenon may cause people to produce distorted memories of the past. Leon Festinger studied this phenomenon, which occurs when a person has conflicting beliefs.
Cognitive dissonance.
20. Toss-up 8. Snakes shed their skin because this hero left a magical herb on the shore while swimming. This hero wanders in darkness for 12 days after encountering 2 scorpion monsters at the mountain Mashu. This figure, who is two-thirds... Zoe?
Gilgamesh.
15. According to literary analyst Tom McFall, English Renaissance drama was obsessed with this trope that frequently involved a man, his friend, and his friend's wife. For 10 points each, in this trope that occurs when 2 characters romantically pursue the same person. In one novel, Werther insists that the only way to resolve these situations is for one person to die.
Love triangle.
Werther is the title character of an epistolary novel by this German author. This author described the bet between God and Mephistopheles at the beginning of his 2-part play Faust.
Goethe.
In the Sorrows of Young Werther, Werther is involved in a love triangle between himself, Albert, and this character, Albert's wife. This character is implied to have died of a broken heart at the novel's end.
T.
For all 30.
What? Nice.
Toss-up 9. In one poem, this author describes the moon with the golden ring to foreshadow the tidal wreck of the Hesperus. In another... Shion?
Longfellow.
15.
Let's go!
Mutations in the Tata binding proteins can cause the sporadic form of this disease. For 10 points each, name is neurodegenerative disease that can cause a namesake chorea and mental decline in patients.
I
Namesake
did not
what?
hear that. You something just like a sound. Can you read that last
Yeah,
sentence again?
causes the namesake something.
Okay. Name this neurodegenerative disease that can cause a namesake chorea and mental decline in patients.
Okay, that did not help me at all. I'm gonna say Huntington's disease.
Yeah, that works.
Huntington's disease is caused by a mutation that codes for an overproduction of this amino acid, which is coded for by the codon CAG.
CAG. Adenosine. I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Adenosine.
Glutamine. Huntington's disease is inherited by the autosomal form of this property. An allele with this property can override a recessive allele in a phenotype.
Dominant.
20. Toss up 10,
Okay, sure.
after which the half. David Pressman,
Can you clear? Can you clear?
Clear.
Sorry. David Pressman, the U.S. ambassador to this country, joined the Pride March in its capital. After taking the rotating presidency of the European Council, this country's leader pledged to make Europe great again. That prime minister, a self-described supporter of illiberal democracy, leased the Fidesz party and blamed the migration to Europe on the Soros empire. Viktor Orban leads for 10 points. Sorry.
Hungary?
10. Bonus. The cuckoos told to loudly sing in a medieval round titled This Word is Ecumen in. For 10 points each, name this title of a concerto whose first movement imitates a cuckoo singing. This concerto's third movement depicts a strum with tremolo G's separating the descending notes G, F, E flat, D.
First part?
Concerto.
I don't know. The lark ascending. I don't know.
Answer.
The lark ascending.
Summer. Cuckoos also inspired this composer's organ concerto, The Cuckoo and the Nightingale. This composer's Messiah includes the Hallelujah chorus.
The Handel?
Frederick Delius, on hearing the first cuckoo in spring, borrows from In Ola Valley, a folk song from this home country of a composer of an A minor piano concerto who included Wedding Day at Trollhättan in his lyric pieces.
Germany?
I think it's Germany.
Okay.
Direct?
That's Edvard Grieg, so it's Norway.
Okay.
At the half, I have a score of goats 215, easy 120.
Okay, let's lock in. Come on.
Is everyone ready to continue the next half?
Yep.
Clear the buzzer.
Alright. Toss up 11. This man was accompanied by Tobias Furneaux on one voyage. The priest Tupaia assisted this man, who impersonated the god Lono during one expedition aboard the ship Resolution, in which he sailed to the Bering Strait from Kauai. Joseph Banks contributed to one of this man's voyages, during which he observed the transit of Venus and named Botany Bay. For 10 points, named as captain. Sorry?
Cook?
For 10. 30% of appointments to this country's civil service were reserved for descendants of veterans of its War of Independence. For 10 points each in this country, in which Khaleda Zia was imprisoned for corruption. Sheikh Hasina's Awami League ruled this country before being overthrown in 2024.
Second, Adrian mentioned Bangladesh.
Hasina was
Nice.
replaced by this Nobel laureate, who now serves as the Bangladeshi's government chief advisor.
Eunice?
Yunus won the Nobel Peace Prize for founding one of these types of institutions, which provided collateral-free loans to struggling businesses, a practice known as microcredit.
A non-bank. I guess it's a bank. Yeah, he founded a bank.
All 30.
Nice.
Toss up 12. Reichardt's dye changes color depending on the polarity of these species, which can be measured by Kossauer's Z-scale. Inorganic impurities can be removed by adding an immiscible one of these species to a liquid during extraction. In chromatography, the mobile phase can be a nonpolar one of these species, such as acetone or hexane. A substance exists in the aqueous phase when water acts as, for 10 points, what substance is used to dissolve.
I was solvent.
For 10.
Oh my god.
Done.
The Gate of the Sun was built by one culture centered around this body of water. For 10 points each, name this body of water on the Altiplano. The ancestors of the Aymara people founded Tiwanaku on the shore of this lake.
It's pretty caca.
The Tiwanaku people shared cultural practices with the Huari people, who are indigenous to this country. This country, governed from Lima, shares Lake Titicaca with Bolivia.
Nice.
Palco Soc discovered the hummingbird, an earthwork built by these people indigenous to Peru. These people built the city of Cahuachi and used puquios to irrigate their crops.
No, it's kind of direct.
All
Nice.
30. Telstra 13. This poet described hearing the hapless soldier sigh and seeing the marks of weakness, marks of woe on residents of the title city. Zoe?
Sandberg.
Sorry, incorrect, Nick 5. This author described seeing his foe outstretched in a poison tree. In another poem, Shion?
Like,
15.
Nice.
I got the power.
Reality can be whatever I want, or in this case, what the quantum particle wants. For 10 points each, Young's double-slit experiment exhibited this action's namesake effect, in which simply taking this action causes the wave function to collapse, altering the result of an experiment.
I'm pretty sure this is interference.
Yeah, I think so.
Interference.
That sounds right.
Directed.
Observation. Young's double-slit experiment demonstrated that matter can exhibit properties similar to that of these propagating oscillations, which are transverse and longitudinal types.
Waves. Directed.
Waves.
In the experiment, when an electronic detector was turned off, this wave phenomenon was observed in which two waves combine. This phenomenon's constructive type occurs when both waves are in phase.
Soul.
Wait, we did this in Mr. Maggio's class.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember the name.
Interference. I don't know. Just say interference again.
This interference, yeah. Interference.
20.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
How's up 14. Walt Disney collaborated with this filmmaker in a 7-minute short about Crono and Dahlia named Destino. This director collaborated with Luis Buñuel in a stream of consciousness film that begins with an eye being slit by a razor. This co-creator... Zoe?
Dolly.
15. Answer the following about North American cryptids. For 10 points each, also known as Sasquatch, this creature in the Pacific Northwest takes a humanoid shape and creates large footprints. Most theories identify this cryptid as a misidentification of a bear, ape, or human.
Bigfoot.
The Bigfoot?
A newspaper reporting couples see man-sized bird, creature, something popularized this cryptid near Point Pleasant in West Virginia.
I think it's Mothra.
What?
Mothra? Bird? Mothra?
Mothman. This vampiric cryptid seemed to be the explanation for numerous attacks on livestock in Puerto Rico and Central America. Most explanations for the appearance and actions of this figure relate to canines affected with manji and hunting patterns being affected by droughts.
Chupacabra, right?
Okay.
20.
Chupacabra?
Tulsa 15. The Warburg effect describes this process's absence in cancer cells. Aconitase catalyzes the isomerization of this process's namesake compound in 2 steps. Ubiquinol...
Pause. This citric acid cycle.
15.
Oh my god, you're actually insane, bro. Why are you like...
Science power is great.
Oh my gosh.
This speech describes those who would bear the whips and scorns of time. For 10 points each, name the speech that questions whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer. The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune and is delivered in the nunnery scene.
Be or not to be.
To be or not to be correct.
The to be or not to be speech is given by Hamlet, who is the prince of this Scandinavian country with capital Copenhagen.
Denmark.
Hamlet dies in the arms of this character, who he tells the rest is silence. This character tells Hamlet about the ghost of his father and is instructed to tell Hamlet's story before Hamlet dies.
Horatio, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Horatio directed.
All 30.
Let's go.
2016.
Oh my god, bro.
In the Mundell-Tobin effect, this phenomenon increases investment. This quantity for producers is measured by the PPI. Supply shocks can cause this phenomenon alongside stagnation, and the targeting of this quantity typically involves adjustment of interest rates by central banks.
Oh my god.
Emily?
Price?
Sorry, incorrect. 5. The Phillips curve inversely relates this concept with unemployment. The change in this quantity is measured by the Consumer Price Index. For 10 points in this measure of the general increase of prices.
Inflation.
For 10.
Okay.
Okay then.
This artist founded the movement De Stijl with Theo van Doesburg. For 10 points each, named this Dutch abstract painter who died before finishing Victory Boogie Woogie.
Is it Mondrian? Is that?
Montreal.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Mondrian created several compositions titled For These Three Colors. Barnett Newman created a series titled Who's Afraid of These Three Colors in response to Mondrian's work.
Red, yellow, blue. I don't know.
Yeah.
This street title is a Mondrian painting in which yellow lines are occasionally interrupted by red, blue, or white squares. Manhattan's theater district is centered around this street.
Broadway.
Yeah. Nice.
All 30. Toss-up 17. This politician defeated George Dewey for a nomination in an election in which he urged voters to put the man before the dollar in his Flag of an Empire speech. This ally of Thomas Watson was defeated by a front porch campaign led by Mark Hanna, the Populist Party supporter. Zoe,
Oh my god, bro.
William Jennings Bryan.
for 10. Answer the following about Randall McMurphy. For 10 points each, Randall is sent to a psychiatric hospital in this novel by Ken Kesey. In this novel, Nurse Ratchet is attacked by Randall over the suicide of Billy Bibbit.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Randall holds a vote between all the patients as to whether or not they will watch an annual event in this sport. A poem about this sport features the cries of "Kill the umpire" and is titled "Casey at the bat."
Baseball.
Randall's actions are seen through the lens of this character, the novel's narrator. This character, who pretends to be deaf and mute, kills Randall with a pillow and escapes at the novel's end.
Chief Bromden.
Oh yeah.
All 30.
Nice.
Toss-up 18. The bridge between continents crosses the tectonic plate boundary in this country. The Diamond Circle tourist route in this country contains... Shihan?
Iceland.
15.
Let's go.
For 10 points each, answer the following about the Houston Astros sign-stealing scandal. The scandal was unearthed in 2019 by Ken Rosenthal, a writer for this organization. The sports journal was acquired by the New York Times in 2022, becoming a sports page.
I don't know. Sports.
ESPN.
ESPN?
Sports.
No, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Or
CBS.
I was gonna say like Sportskeeda,
Answer?
but I think Sportskeeda.
The Athletic. The Athletic called
Oh.
a video of this player refusing to rip off his shirt, baseball Zapruder film. That video was taken after this 2017 AL MVP hit a hanging slider thrown by Aroldis Chapman.
What's his name? Jose Alvarez.
Altuve.
Directed.
That game sent this team home in the 2017 ALCS, sparking outrage against his fan base. This Bronx-based team is headlined by Aaron
Yankees.
Judge in for 10. Toss-up 19.
Wait, what? Sorry, for 10?
Yeah, we got time. We didn't
Okay.
get that.
We're gonna get the middle part.
After correcting his father's pronunciation of these texts, one sage was born with 8 deformities. One of these texts claims knowledge of Maya is not true knowledge, while other texts are remembered. These texts are Shruti, or what is heard. Shiha?
Like, the Vedas?
15.
Nice.
Philip Fabricius was crowned the Baron of Highfall after being thrown out of a window in the city. For 10 points each in this modern Czech capital and the center of the Hussite movement, the defenestration of Catholic magistrates in this city sparked the Bohemian Revolt in the 30 Years' War.
Frog.
The Bohemian Revolt was crushed by this count at the Battle of White Mountain. This rival of Albrecht von Wallenstein sacked Magdeburg and was killed at the Battle of Rain.
Oh my god, bro. I can't remember his name. I don't know.
Oh, this Pembroke.
Richelieu. I don't know.
Answer.
Richelieu directed.
Count of Tilly. Tilly was defeated at the Battle of Breitenfeld by this kingdom. Axel Oxenstierna hailed from this kingdom, whose king was killed at the Battle of Lutzen.
Just the Prussia. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Sweden.
Prussia directed.
Russia?
Sweden.
Oh.
Toss up the last. This poet claimed his style was weak and obscure and described those sides on which I fed my heart in a letter to posterity, part of his Seniles. This poet described Syphax's palace and the death of Hannibal's brother in his epic poem about Scipio. Zoe?
Petrarch.
15. Markov's inequality provides an upper bound on the probability by dividing this function by an arbitrary number. For 10 points each, name this function of a random variable. According to the law of large numbers, the average of many trials approaches this function as the number of trials increases. This function is denoted e of x.
Exponential.
Exponent?
Yeah.
Expected value. This function is the expected value of the squared deviation from the mean. Its square root is standard deviation.
Variance.
Expectation is the first raw kind of these measures, and variance is the second central kind of these measures, used to describe the graphs of random variables. They are found using namesake generating functions.
What?
I don't know.
We did this with Travis, but he did not.
Answer.
Oh.
No answer.
Moments. So that's a bonus and that's the game. Final score 425 goats, 250. Easy. Good game to both teams.
Good game.
Good game.